Dearest explorer, you are holding in your hands a delicate compass, poised on the edge and receiving satellite signals, turning this way and that. Follow the central arrow, try and match this arrow with the one above. Weave and swerve your way around these roads to find us, to discover our islands around this concrete world. Follow the compass, listen to my voice, and I will lead you to us. When you find us, we will lead you, and you won't need this compass any longer. We will lead you through our islands of warehouses, jungles, motorways, books, boxes, miniature cars, fallen acrobats, and a high-rise tower block slowly crumbling to dust and mortar and sand. Dearest, a winter's day on a cold and dark December. Hard to imagine that now in this stifling hot July, right? Sometimes you don't need to imagine. We just need to forget. So there's this place, and I want to take you there. It's real. It exists. But I'm not sure for how long. And I can't promise I can take you there now. But a promise is a promise. And one day, I will. One day like this, a lovely day to be caught in the rain. One day when the overground station has moved up to the corner of the road, and this gallery will be a dazzling, new concrete and chrome 100-story high-rise, gleaming in the scorching summer sun. The day when Jane can walk along her tightrope again, walking slow, high above, far in the distance. But I can't remember what happens to her. But it looks like her foot has slipped on the escarpment. Applause and laughter were distant memories. This is a path of uncertainty, a longing for home, to return to that place, away from clenching at loose bolts and rusting cracks. And who wouldn't want just to fly away, stuck on this factory day in, day out? She dreams, fantasizes about escape, any way to gain altitude, away from the machine-rammed, bone-splitting concrete. A loud, freezing wind of motorway violence screamed up her bare thighs, into the cells of her straining fingers. Home. Mrs. Dobbs above her, secretary of the Matchbox Car Factory, grandmother, keen gardener, and baker of exquisite scones. Taking tea on her glass balcony in the late summer sun. Mr. and Mrs. Crothers and their 3 children just below me, Iris, Madeline and Flo. They just love polishing those mosaic tiles at the communal entrance. Sometimes reprobates from the upper floors let off stink bombs in the lifts. Home, and a state of comfort and hard work. A flawed but lovable matrix of alien apartments encasing plush interiors. She just can't seem to focus. Her unstable mind missing Robert so much. For a second I had just been overtaken by the unpleasant feeling that he had probably left the island forever, and in doing so left her too. She's returning to a void, designed for a North African loneliness. In her dreams, she changes to his body. She rises and falls, rolls like a trader across a desert upon a broken chariot. She has been lifted and secured by a rickety galleon of a man, far from his own world. A stranger of many burdens, untroubled by the addition of just one more. They do not speak, but the desperate recountings of his mind grow louder. She has been lifted and secured by a rickety galleon of a man, far from his own world. A stranger of many burdens, untroubled by the addition of just one more. They do not speak, but the desperate recountings of his mind grow louder. Carried across the surface road, he points her towards the chaos of rocks, JCBs, cranes, cherry pickers, builders in yellow hats and draped in neon jackets. I remembered today was the day they knocked down her home. She should have taken a different route, but she can never seem to escape this dreaded road. The closer we walk, the closer she nears the site behind the steel mesh fence. She can see what was once a home piled into the neat mounds of rubble, waiting to be carried away to the next skip. The stranger reaches out a hand and strokes the concrete wall of the motorway, a fine coating of soot. He regrasps her ankle, securing her and marking her with the blood of the motorway, the phlegm of industry and demolition. The whole world warped through glass courses through her wrists now. She holds the halo skyward, surveying the twisted remains of her kingdom. His bones are dragging protrusions, developing rhythms to steady his worn-out frame. His gait is unsteady but determined.